Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Be relevant to. There were lots of questions referring to her talk. Seek information from. Refer to your notes. Have as a meaning. Make reference to. Send or direct for treatment, information, or a decision. Refer a patient to a specialist. Think of, regard, or classify under a subsuming principle or with a general group or in relation to another. This plant can be referred to a known species. Use a name to designate. Christians refer to the mother of Jesus as the Virgin Mary. Press, drive, or impel someone to action or completion of an action. Be relevant to. Have an effect upon. Keep or maintain in unaltered condition. Cause to remain or last. Be relevant to. Return to consciousness. Cause to experience suddenly. Attain. Be on the mind of. A commercial or industrial enterprise and the people who constitute it. A racially integrated business concern. Be relevant to. Something or someone that causes anxiety, a source of unhappiness. New York traffic is a constant concern. An anxious feeling. A feeling of sympathy for someone or something. She felt strong concern for those less fortunate. Something that interests you because it is important or affects you. The safety of the ship is the captain's concern. Be relevant to. Be relevant to. My remark pertained to your earlier comments. Be a part or attribute of. Make a logical or causal connection. I cannot relate these events at all. Be relevant to. Be in a relationship with. How are these two observations related? Give an account of. The witness related the events. Have or establish a relationship to. She relates well to her peers. A distinguishing style. This room needs a woman's touch. Make a more or less disguised reference to. Consume. She didn't touch her food all night. The event of something coming in contact with the body. He longed for the touch of her hand. Be relevant to. A suggestion of some quality. There was a touch of sarcasm in his tone. Have an effect upon. The act of putting two things together with no space between them. At his touch the room filled with lights. Be equal to in quality or ability. Your performance doesn't even touch that of your colleagues. A communicative interaction. He got in touch with his colleagues. A slight attack of illness. He has a touch of rheumatism. Affect emotionally. I was touched by your kind letter of sympathy. The faculty by which external objects or forces are perceived through contact with the body, especially the hands. Only sight and touch enable us to locate objects in the space around us. Tamper with. Don't touch my CDs. To extend as far as. The chair must not touch the wall. A slight but appreciable amount. This dish could use a touch of garlic. Be in direct physical contact with. Make contact. The two buildings touch. The sensation produced by pressure receptors in the skin. She likes the touch of silk on her skin. Color lightly. Cause to be in brief contact with. He touched his toes to the horse's flanks. Comprehend. He could not touch the meaning of the poem. Deal with. Usually used with a form of negation. I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. Deftness in handling matters. He has a master's touch. Make physical contact with. Come in contact with. She never touched her husband. Perceive via the tactile sense. Helen Keller felt the physical world by touching people and objects around her. The act of soliciting money, as a gift or loan. He watched the beggar trying to make a touch. The feel of mechanical action. This piano has a wonderful touch. Restore by replacing a part or putting together what is torn or broken. Be relevant to. Have an effect upon. Refer to or discuss briefly. Get or ask advice from. They had to consult before arriving at a decision. Seek information from. You should consult the dictionary. Have a conference in order to talk something over. Advise professionally. The professor consults for industry. Seek information from. Have as a meaning. Multi denotes many. Make known. Make an announcement. She denoted her feelings clearly. Be a sign or indication of. Her smile denoted that she agreed. Make a more or less disguised reference to. Give heed to. Make reference to. A public promotion of some product or service. Summon into action or bring into existence, often as if by magic. Put forward for consideration or discussion. Bring up an unpleasant topic. Raise from a lower to a higher position. Cause to load, an operating system, and start the initial processes. Make reference to. Look after a child until it is an adult. Bring up children. Cause to come to a sudden stop. Promote from a lower position or rank. Refer to for illustration or proof. A short note recognizing a source of information or of a quoted passage. Advance evidence for. Repeat a passage from. Call in an official matter, such as to attend court. Refer to. Make reference to. Commend. He was cited for his outstanding achievements. A short note recognizing a source of information or of a quoted passage. The article includes mention of similar clinical cases. An official recognition of merit. Although he didn't win the prize, he did get special mention. A remark that calls attention to something or someone. She made frequent mention of her promotion. Make mention of. Make reference to. His name was mentioned in connection with the invention. Commend. Assign a specified, usually proper name to. They named their son David. Give or make a list of. Name individually. Give the names of. Give the name or identifying characteristics of. Refer to by name or some other identifying characteristic property. Many senators were named in connection with the scandal. Family based on male descent. He had no sons and there was no one to carry on his name. Determine or distinguish the nature of a problem or an illness through a diagnostic analysis. Charge with a function. Charge to be. She was named head of the committee. Identify as in botany or biology, for example. A defamatory or abusive word or phrase. A well-known or notable person. They studied all the great names in the history of France. Make reference to. His name was mentioned in connection with the invention. Create and charge with a task or function. A language unit by which a person or thing is known. His name really is George Washington. A person's reputation. He wanted to protect his good name. By the sanction or authority of. Halt in the name of the law. Mention and identify by name. Name your accomplices. Inquire into. The students had to research the history of the Second World War for their history project. A search for knowledge. Their pottery deserves more research than it has received. Attempt to find out in a systematically and scientific manner. The student researched the history of that word. Systematic investigation to establish facts. Used of sums of money, so small in amount as to deserve contempt. Intend to refer to. Yes, I meant you when I complained about people who gossip. Marked by poverty befitting a beggar. A mean hut. Of no value or worth. Denote or connote. Maison means house in French. Have as a logical consequence. The water shortage means that we have to stop taking long showers. Used of persons or behavior, characterized by or indicative of lack of generosity. A mean person. An average of n numbers computed by adding some function of the numbers and dividing by some function of n. Approximating the statistical norm or average or expected value. The mean annual rainfall. Have in mind as a purpose. I mean no harm. Having or showing an ignoble lack of honor or morality. Taking a mean advantage. Mean or intend to express or convey. You never understand what I mean. Characterized by malice. In a mean mood. Destine or designate for a certain purpose. These flowers were meant for you. Excellent. Famous for a mean backhand. Denote or connote. Have in mind as a purpose. Design or destine. She was intended to become the director. Mean or intend to express or convey. What do his words intend? Denote or connote. convey or express a meaning. What does his strange behavior signify? Make known with a word or signal. Express indirectly by an image, form, or model. Be a symbol. Tolerate or bear. I won't stand for this kind of behavior. Denote or connote. Take the place of or be parallel or equivalent to. Intend to refer to. Intend to refer to. Look on as or consider. Keep in mind for attention or consideration. Devise or invent. Take into consideration, have in view. Choose in one's mind. Plan and direct, a complex undertaking. Take somebody somewhere. Having no intervening persons, agents, conditions. In direct sunlight. Put an address on an envelope. Specifically design a product, event, or activity for a certain public. Lead, as in the performance of a composition. In a straight unbroken line of descent from parent to child. A direct descendant of the king. Cause to go somewhere. He directed all his energies into his dissertation. In precisely the same words used by a writer or speaker. A direct quotation. Without deviation. The path leads directly to the lake. Direct the course. Determine the direction of traveling. Intend, something, to move towards a certain goal. Criticism directed at her superior. Point or cause to go, blows, weapons, or objects such as photographic equipment, towards. Be in charge of. Being an immediate result or consequence. A direct result of the accident. Command with authority. He directed the children to do their homework. Direct in spatial dimensions, proceeding without deviation or interruption, straight and short. A direct route. Give directions to, point somebody into a certain direction. I directed them towards the town hall. Guide the actors in plays and films. Lacking compromising or mitigating elements, exact. The direct opposite. Moving from west to east on the celestial sphere, or, for planets, around the sun in the same direction as the Earth. Of a current, flowing in one direction only. Direct current. Similar in nature or effect or relation to another quantity. A term is in direct proportion to another term if it increases, or decreases, as the other increases, or decreases. Straightforward in means or manner or behavior or language or action. A direct question. Transfer. Cause to be directed or transmitted to another place. Send me your latest results. Assigned to a station. To cause or order to be taken, directed, or transmitted to another place. Cause to go somewhere. Cause to be admitted, of persons to an institution. Broadcast over the airwaves, as in radio or television. Transport commercially. A body of students who graduate together. The class of 97. People having the same social, economic, or educational status. The working class. Arrange or order by classes or categories. How would you classify these pottery shards? Are they prehistoric? Education imparted in a series of lessons or meetings. Flirting is not unknown in college classes. A body of students who are taught together. Early morning classes are always sleepy. A collection of things sharing a common attribute. There are two classes of detergents. A league ranked by quality. He played baseball in Class D for 2 years. Biology, a taxonomic group containing one or more orders. Elegance in dress or behavior. She has a lot of class. Keep company with, hang out with. Arrange or order by classes or categories. An operation that segregates items into groups according to a specified criterion. The bottleneck in mail delivery is the process of sorting. Arrange or order by classes or categories. Examine in order to test suitability. A category of things distinguished by some common characteristic or quality. An approximate definition or example. She wore a sort of magenta dress. A person of a particular character or nature. What sort of person is he? Treat differently on the basis of sex or race. Act as a barrier between. Stand between. Have the connection undone, having become separate. Arrange or order by classes or categories. Become separated into pieces or fragments. Separate into parts or portions. Discontinue an association or relation. Go different ways. The couple separated after 25 years of marriage. Force, take, or pull apart. He separated the fighting children. Divide into 2 or more branches so as to form a fork. Make a division or separation. Go one's own way. Move apart. The friends separated after the party. Standing apart. Not attached to or supported by anything. A house with a separate garage. Mark as different. Come apart. The 2 pieces that we had glued separated. A separately printed article that originally appeared in a larger publication. A garment that can be purchased separately and worn in combinations with other garments. Divide into components or constituents. Independent. Not united or joint. A problem consisting of 2 separate issues. Separated according to race, sex, class, or religion. Separate but equal. Make free from confusion or ambiguity. Make clear. Arrange or order by classes or categories. Punish in order to gain control or enforce obedience.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.